Hi, welcome back to Steph's Veg. Back down in the allotment. It's a nice sunny day. Haven't been down for a few days, so I'm just going to give you a little tour of what's going on and what's growing and what's not growing. So with this heat, I'm not looking too promising with some of the stuff, but I won't know until I actually have a look and see what's going on. So let's have a little tour of what's happening. So first of all, I've got the rhubarb, which is still doing nicely. So I'm going to be picking some of that today, which is there. And then up here, in my grandson's two little beds, I'm going to pick, well, I think I need to pick one of these lettuces because it's getting starting to bolt, but the leaves will still be tasty. The rest of it's growing nicely. The onions, spring onions, and in here I've got some beetroots which I'm going to pick. So there's a couple in there, beetroots. They're doing all right. Raspberries are starting to produce now, so another couple of weeks and I would imagine I'll be getting some raspberries. Yeah, carrots aren't doing as well as I was hoping because I think it's just been so dry, even though they've been watered. But yeah, beetroots are doing okay, and the parsnips seem to be doing okay, what there is. Bit disappointed with the peas because I think the heat's got to them and they're only producing tiny little pods where they should have been longer, but I think the heat's got to them. But I'll be picking some of them, ones that are full. Haven't got anything on these yet, even though they're dwarf beans and French beans, but they've got the flowers, so I'm hoping they're going to be producing some beans soon. Once again, something's been eating my runner beans, and it's not black fly. I haven't got any black fly on there, but I've noticed that all of the some of the bits have been eaten, and especially you can see more down here where something's eating, and around here something's eating them. So I've no idea. It's obviously eating the flower before it's actually producing the runner bean. I've still got plenty of flowers, but I'm just hoping that they're not all going to end up being eaten. As I say, it's not black fly, so something's eating them. And I've got plenty of ladybirds, and ladybirds larvae, which you shouldn't get rid of because they help eat the black fly. So it's obviously nothing to do with them, but I don't know what it is. Sweet corns are coming up nicely. They're actually producing the cobs. They're getting nice and big. Another month or so and they'll be ready. Potatoes are still doing okay. I'm just going to leave them in the ground until they're ready to be harvested. I've still got half a row of first earlies yet. And in that netting there, I've got some cabbages, which they seem to be doing okay in that netting. I did plant some lettuces here, but as the heat's got to them as well, you never know, a bit of cooler weather, they might start sprouting out again. Cabbages over there as well, and I did plant some celeries, but the day after I planted them, the heat got to them, but I'm hoping they're going to revive themselves. Not too sure what's going on with my brassicas over this side. Obviously the heat's got to them, but they're looking very sparse and not well. Yeah, they have been watered quite frequently, but yeah, I think the heat's just got to a lot of the stuff. Tomatoes. Yeah, the tomatoes are needing a bit of a drink. They've got flowers on them, they need feeding. So probably feed them. Then I've got pumpkins. but not sure what's going on here, because pumpkins shouldn't be ready yet. So what are these? They're starting off. I've got one down here that's green, which is starting to go yellow, and I've got a few here. Oh, well, there's another one under there. There's one over there. But these should be pumpkins. Round pumpkins. They look more like an overgrown courgette, funny shaped squash. I don't know, but I know that I planted pumpkins in here because they were seeds from last year's pumpkin. So no idea, obviously, what that is until I cut it open. Maybe I've invented a new type of veg. Because in here, these should be my squashes starting to form. Got loads of flowers, well, growthy bits, but I can't actually see any squashes forming yet. That might be a bit of a time yet. No, nothing on there at the moment, but so hopefully they'll grow. And in here, these were squashes and they're starting to form. A tiny little bit come in there. I don't know if you can see that. I'm getting close. And I thought this was another squash, but this might be a pumpkin. Maybe when I planted or sowed them, I got the seeds mixed up. But yeah, I'm normally quite anal of what I do with the labels, but this looks more like a pumpkin to me. And then over here, I have all my onions. So we'll start off at my shallots, which will need to be harvested soon because the leaves are starting to die off. So I'm letting them sort of dry out a bit. Then I've got my red onions. These are onions I grew from seed, my exhibition. So I'm just leaving them to get a bit bigger. These were shop bought, Stuttgarter, from sets. And then I've got some leeks, which I still need to thin out some more. Ouch, that was prickly. So yeah, so I've got leeks there. Then I've got some spring onions. So my lettuces are starting to bolt here, but I'm going to leave them for the seeds for next year because that's where these came from. I left the seeds to dry, but I've got somewhere I can pick and harvest to eat. Then I've got another row of onions, and then on the last two rows is some turnips and some swede. But I've never really had much luck with Swede, so these don't look like they're doing too good either. But just wait and see, it might come to something. And then in my last bed is my asparagus, which I've now stopped harvesting. So they're turning into the ferns, which you leave until they die off in the autumn. And then hopefully produce more spears for next year. So yeah, that's basically my little harvest, my little tour of what I've got. Oh, I forgot my courgettes, which, as you can see in here, is forming some courgettes. If you can see them in there, down the bottom, that's quite a big one. There's quite a few on this one. I think I can count 4. There's one down there, and then on this one I've got a couple of nice ones to pick. I think if you get an abundance of courgettes this time of year, but all you want to eat when it's warm is salad, so I end up freezing them. But yeah, so that's the little tour of my allotment. Hopefully you've enjoyed seeing what's growing and what's not growing because of the heat and lack of water maybe. So I'm going to give it a nice water now. My husband's going to mow the grass as that needs trimming again and cutting. So I've got a few raspberries I've just noticed in there. So I'm going to pick them ones and then give it a water. So I'm going to pick first and I'll show you what I've harvested after I've watered. So catch up with you later. These are the courgettes. All I do is I just twist them from the end near the stalk and then pop them in there. So I've got, don't want them to get too big, but then I don't want them too small, so I've got a nice size. So I've got, it's a funny shaped one. So I've got one, two, I've got 6 courgettes there. Right, let's go and pick beetroots. These are really easy to pull up. You just grab the whole lot of leaves and just pull it in one go. Give it a shake. And it's a nice little size. You can actually eat the leaf of the beetroot when they're sort of tiny. Nice to go in like that sort of size. Nice to go in a little bit of salad. So it's not too tough. So I tend to keep some of the little leaves. So it goes in a nice sort of mixed salad. Well, salad leaves. So I'll pick a couple of them. So these are the grandson's ones. So you can take home to his mum. And there's another nice one here. Right. I just need washing and cooking, so that's another nice size one. So that's the 2 of them. Yeah, last year I with my beetroots, rather than just pickling them as pickled beetroot, I done some with some chilli in it, because my husband asked me to do some try it with chilli. So all I did was, like normal, and just put some chilli flakes in the jar, and he said it was absolutely lovely. Yeah, I do it with pickled onions as well. I put chilli flakes in that as well, but I thought I'd give it a go with beetroot, and he said yeah, it was really tasty, so I'll probably be making another jar of that this year. So yeah, so that's that. I've just noticed I've got to get these weeds out. Okay, so now I'm going to pick some peas. What little ones I've got, so they're dinky, but you know, I'm going to pick them, the ones that feel firm, like they've got peas in. So you can see that's quite a firm, but not, you know, obviously tiny, where they should be double that length. So I'm just going to go along and have a look, see what I think could be harvested. No, obviously not many, because they're just drying out too quick. As I say, I'm not too impressed with the peas this year, but I think it's just the weather. You know, it was too late. It was too wet for me to put them in when I should have done, and now it's too hot for them to grow. So I'm just gonna, at least I've got some. Next year, hopefully, I'll get a better crop. So yeah, not many. There should be a lot more by now on here, considering I put loads of plants in, and then I put loads of seeds in as well. One row I didn't even get anything grow, so don't know what happened. So there's not an awful lot in here for me to pick, because they're not swelling up. So yeah, I'm very disappointed with the peas. That's all I managed to harvest. So I literally feel like just pulling them all up this year, because they're literally, yeah, next to nothing. But my husband said no, leave them, so I'm going to leave them, water them and see what happens. Even if I just let them dry off, so for the peas for next year to plant, I'll just wait and see what happens. So that's that. I'm just going to pick some rhubarb, but I'm not going to pick the lettuce yet, because if I pick it in this heat at the moment, it's just going to wilt. So I'm going to leave that till the last minute before I go. So I'm just going to pull up a few stalks of rhubarb. Look for the thicker stems, and literally you just pull like that, and that's quite a nice size bit of rhubarb. I don't take too many out because otherwise you end up with like next to nothing, so I'm just taking some of the big ones out. Just pop them on the floor for now. See what's behind here. Oh, that's some big ones at the back here. Oh, blimey, that one's stiff. I need to get in here. Right. You see, they just come off really easy. Some bits of underneath have sort of died off, but then I leave them to mulch down. So I don't want to take too many off of each one. I've got about five plants in here. So that's probably enough off of that one. A couple off of this one. Alright, and then I'll take a couple off of this one here. Cool. And then I'll just take the leaf off, because you can't eat the actual leaf because it's poisonous. But you can put it in your compost heap. Oh, that one didn't quite do what I expected it to do. Right. I personally think that should be enough now. Let the rest carry on for another. I think I'll probably get one more crop out of that. So, yeah, I'm just gonna. Actually, what I do, I just get my clippers and then just cut the ends off like so. I'll leave that on there so it doesn't make that end dry. And then just pop it to one side. So I'll do that after I've. Well, actually, I might as well back on and do it now. And I can just put them to one side. Well, that's all of my watering done, grass mowed, harvest picked what I can. So hope you've enjoyed watching my little video for today, and hopefully I'll get a few more crops in the future. I'm just going to quickly go and tidy up my shed, and I'll catch up with you again soon. Thanks for watching.